Joyhdae.
Ryan. Virgo season. You know, I got an observation for you today, right?
Oh God. Oh.
Actually, actually, I actually I got two.
Oh. Okay.
All right, all
All
right.
right.
First one, first one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you cut off your left arm,
Mm-hmm.
your right arm would be left. Isn't that interesting?
All right. Okay. All right.
Also, this is a bigger one, and maybe you can explain it to me because I'm dumb. So maybe you'll explain it to me. All
Okay.
right.
All right.
We often speak about third world countries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly King Trump's America is a first world country, correct?
I mean, allegedly.
Supposedly. What is a second world country today?
You know. Now I gotta Google. Now you know I gotta Google. You know I got
Cause
some Googles.
I mean I should have, but I figured I would just leave my brain to just wonder. You know, I didn't necessarily want to figure it out because I thought maybe you might actually have the answer. And I was
So,
mistaken. Okay.
a second world country is usually a nation that falls between the developed first world countries and the less developed third world countries. So the countries that would be considered second world countries would be places like Turkey, Thailand, and apparently South Africa. But I feel like South Africa has surpassed America at this point. So I don't know about that one.
Huh. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna have to do a deep dive into this
Yeah.
because I want to know what constitutes for what. Because is it GDP? What is it? I don't know.
That says these countries are growing economically, but aren't quite to the level of developed countries in North America and Europe. So
Okay. Okay. Look
all
at
of the
y'all.
above.
Look at y'all. We're recording this on the last day of Black History Month. Y'all won't see it in Black History Month. Y'all will see it in Women's Month. But just know that the brain is braining
Um,
in Black History Month. All right. All
it
right.
started off raining, and then y'all know I'm gonna come with the nonsense later to rot y'all brains. So
How you doing, Joyhdae? How you doing?
this week started off rough. I found myself up chucking in the middle of 40th Street this week on Monday,
Sounds about right. Sounds
and
about right. Mm-hmm.
but I'm back.
You caught it from me last
Yeah,
week over the
over the air.
broadcast.
Yeah, over the air.
Over there. Yeah.
You sent it from Brooklyn, and here I am. I was in Jersey minding my business, went to
Yeah.
work. I was feeling fine.
Yeah.
Was definitely feeling fine until all of a
Yeah.
sudden I wasn't. And
Mm.
I just know because that block between like 40th Street, between like Broadway and 7th or whatever that avenue is, here 7th, derelict. Nothing but pure derelict. So I know people saw me up chucking and thought I was just coming off of fentanyl or some shit because the way it just
Yeah.
overtook me and I could not stop. Yeah.
What I love about New York is that you can get your head chopped off right next to someone and they'll just be like, "Can you move, please?"
Yeah.
So that I can.
Because not a soul said, "Excuse me, are you okay?" Not a soul said, "Do you want some water?" People just kept, and I mean, listen, I get it because sometimes you're in a rush. I'm a little bit different because I'm not going to catch your vomit, but I will ask you, like, "Are you okay? Do you want me to grab you some water?" The amount of
Right.
people that walked right on past me, listen,
Terrible.
we
The
mind our
thing is,
business.
now my youngest has it, whatever it is, and she was out of school today doing the same upchuck and the same like all the things. So yeah, I'm gonna need whatever this is to disappear. I'm
Go
gonna need
away
it to disappear expeditiously. Yeah.
immediately.
Mhm.
How are you?
I am fine. I've been doing the good work in the gym. I like I was telling you before we got on here with the people. I'm starting to see some things. So be prepared. Be prepared. If I hit that beach, knowing that I don't like the ocean water, if you see me on the beach, know that I'm there with a mission. I'm on a mission. I have things to do, just so you know.
I'm just letting y'all know, even though Ryan is married, that means Hoochie Daddy season, Hoochie Daddy short season.
Hoochie Daddy shorts is already out. You already know that's the thing.
But with a new body, it's about to be problems. He's gonna be on the beach
I'm
just standing there like
I'm on them websites looking for the 5-inch inseam already. I'm looking.
Yo, I
So
can't wait. Oh my God. Oh.
so I mean, it's been cool. It's been cool. I've been in a training for my work these past couple of days, and I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Take me back to where I came from, because yeah, all the new things happening in my life and all of our lives. I'm not ready. I'm not ready, and I'm sure you're gonna hit on a lot of these topics during this episode. But it's too much going on at one time. That's what it feels like.
Entirely too much.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
much, in fact, Andrea sent us a "Am I the asshole?" But it's not really a "Am I the asshole?"
Okay,
This is more
Andrea.
of a, she put on her producer hat. She tagged me. I had one prepared, but I felt like this was juicier.
Andrea is a Virgo. She always got the
Yes.
producer hat on, so if she
Yes.
don't got to put it on,
She
she stay
always,
ready, so she don't got to get ready. All right.
tis true. Tis true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, revenge on my cheating husband. And this is not an "Am I the asshole?" This is in some cheating form that I now have to also do a deep dive in after said episode because I need more content like this.
Before you
Yes.
continue, this frame that I be doing, y'all don't be seeing the outfits. Sometimes I be putting on the outfits, half outfits and all that. It's still, like I said, Black History Month. It's Basquiat. It's
I
Basquiat.
hear
That's
that.
what it is. That's what it is. Okay.
Well, since
All
we're
right.
doing
Continue.
that, I'm in my favorite hoodie. Black women are essential. I would stand
All
up,
right.
but I'm really only dressed from the top up, and I don't need
Mm. Oh,
too flagging.
y'all never want to know what's happening below the waist. Y'all never want to know. All right.
But across my back, it says in big bold letters, "Black women are essential," because we are.
We are. You are.
Uh,
We are. Yep. Yep. Freudian slip. See that? Yikes.
Listen.
Yikes.
Anyway.
I need a boy dog. I need some male energy.
Yeah, because you just be
It's
you are
terrible.
surrounded by women.
It's terrible. It's
but
terrible.
you see what boy dogs do, because I sent you that video of Cash. I mean, he put
Menace.
on he's
and
pure.
leave that pure, that gentle soul alone. Leave that boy alone. Okay.
Y'all
All right.
Anyway,
All right.
I found out my husband cheated on me in November. I have known this man since I was 5, been best friends for forever, and now married for 5 years. He decided he wanted a divorce 2 months ago. He basically came crawling back and asking for our marriage back. I said, okay. Little does he know I'm saving $500 on his dime every month to leave him eventually. Little does he know I'm also losing weight and getting my body in the best shape of its life for my future person who will never take me for granted. Little does he know I made a fake profile on Snapchat and added his father to it. His father is now cheating on his mother with the fake profile,
Oh, my
aka
God.
me, which I will be sending all the screenshots to his mother after I leave. Normally, I wouldn't bring anyone else into this, but his mother decided I was in the wrong for her son cheating on me. Won't it be ironic? Little does he know I will talk to my rental manager and sign a contract to leave that apartment, which is in my name, in December, the same week he will be going on a trip. Won't it be funny when he comes back to new locks, his wife missing, his stuff in the dumpster, and nowhere to live? Oh, and did I mention his dream car is in my name because I had better credit? But don't worry, I've already started the process of selling it, and it will be towed to California that same week he's on vacation. I will never let anyone play me for a fool again, and I certainly won't let someone cheat on me and leave me only to try to pick me as a second option later. Who said revenge isn't sweet?
Yeah. This this level of petty is not for me. I say this all the time. I wasn't put on this earth to do the devil's work. Anytime I do anything that is slightly untoward, check that out. That's a SAT word. Anyway, anytime I do anything like that, my karma is like instantaneous and the most egregious punishment ever. So for me, this would not work out well. You would find me in Hades, because this for me, it doesn't work. But like, damn, and
You know
one
what's
more
funny?
damn.
Is I have been sent clips of Cameron and Mace's podcast a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And Cameron is currently beefing with Ocho Cinco, and he went on a whole tirade against Ocho Cinco while Mace sat there and just laughed. And I said, if this is not Ryan and me.
So, okay, I'm laughing because when I was a youngster, I was on the fluffy side, and people used to compare my likeness to that of Mace. And
Yo,
so,
just
and
know.
so, this is why I laughed.
And it was actually your cousin Carlisa shared it with me, and I said, "If
Oh,
this is not Ryan and myself," and she said,
oh,
"Exactly," because the
yo,
way Cameron was going off, and Mace was literally just sitting there chuckling.
like
I
how?
said,
What else are you supposed to do? Like, because I'm not joining in. I'm not, like, I mean, I get my little chuckles in where I could get them in, but like, I'm not built for this. Like I said, I'm not made for this. I don't know how to do it. Actually, I do know how to do it, but I won't do it because
and I
I'm
was
not.
like,
Yeah, it's not for me.
first of all, I'm mad that I'm Cameron, but that's neither here nor there. Harlem.
All right. Before you continue,
Mm-hmm.
since you bringing up my cousin, my other cousin gave me a joke, and I figured since we about to get extra, this one is a little bit more, PG. So I might as well
Okay.
just get this one out of the way while we
Okay.
at it.
Okay.
So you may know it, you may not know it. How do you steal a coat?
You jacket.
You jacket. Ash, she got you on that one. So yeah, that was from my cousin Ash. Anyway, I told her I would say it this week, and here we are. All right.
So you have mentioned that the day that we're recording is the end of Black History. It's the last day of Black History Month. When everyone
Mm-hmm.
hears this, it will be the beginning of Women's Month. Kudos to us women.
It's
Okay.
also actually
Uh-huh.
Carlisa's birthday, the one that you were just talking about as well. It's also her birthday.
Hey, happy
So
birthday,
I just want to,
Carlisa.
it's belated birthday when you
Oh,
see this
yeah,
and hear
belated
this. But
birthday.
yes, word.
Oh, so her birthday is on the Friday that we're recording? Or the
Correct.
Monday?
Today.
Okay.
Today. Yes.
Carlisa, I would tell you happy birthday online, but as part of the economic blackout, I'm not on socials until midnight. So happy birthday officially, and then I'll belate birthday you online when I'm back online. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so because it is the end of Black History Month, I have decided that we are not going to start this episode off with the usual nonsense. Let's talk about white nonsense today. Because
Okay. All right.
because why not
Let's hear the
end
logic here.
why not end Black History Month with white nonsense and then lead into Black excellence? You know what I mean? Like,
Okay. All right.
like let's not,
Let's let's
let's
see
let's
what you,
let's end this with a bang, because
let's see what you got.
it's not always us. So we're gonna start off with what I am calling white on white crime.
Okay.
Two young white women who want to be rappers by the name of Bhad Bhabie
Bhad
and
Bhabie. Bhad Bhabie. Mm-hmm. That's Bad Baby
and
for y'all that don't know us.
no, this spells Bhad Bhabie. Okay?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Correct.
And Alabama Barker, daughter of Travis Barker, have been embroiled in what people are calling a rap beef. Let me say that
That's what
again.
they're calling it.
Let me say that again. Okay? Bhad Bhabie
Oh, like I
and
said.
Alabama Barker, daughter of Travis Barker, are embroiled in what people online are calling a rap beef.
I told you too much is going on. Like 2025 is off to the races without a Cat Williams interview. And
At
so
all.
I don't really understand what's going on. I don't.
So this has all started because back in December, Bhad accused Alabama of attempting to steal her boyfriend Lavon during Bhabie's cancer treatment. Alabama responded dismissively on social media, which led to escalating tensions. Both, now this is what the streets are calling them, artists have released multiple diss tracks targeting each other, with Bhad Bhabie releasing a track recently called Miss Whitman that samples Kanye West's song Carnival. In the video that she released for this track, Bhad Bhabie has a Travis Barker impersonator playing drums.
Mm.
She's using AAVE very loosely.
Mm.
She says that, that Kourtney Kardashian settled for her sister's sloppy seconds because remember, Travis wrote in his book that he was obsessed with Kim, like he wanted Kim, and now he's married to Kourtney.
Right.
Allegations are flying. Both of these badly built, cosplaying young white women have been on social media trading shots back and forth. I'm only sharing this not because I care, but because for once, I just feel like for Black History Month, let's highlight some white nonsense, white on white
Mm,
crime. Where are
mm,
the parents?
mm,
Where are
mm,
the parents? Why are these
mm-hmm,
two women out here
mm.
doing this? These people die in rap beefs. They've actually both threatened each other. Alabama's mother, former Playboy bunny Shannon Moakler, said that her daughter doesn't fight.
Shayna. Also, you called
Shannon,
Channing Tatum, Shannon.
hello.
Last week was it?
It is.
Let's get it together,
No,
ladies.
no, no, no. It is Black History Month. I'm allowed to call non-melanated people whatever I feel is appropriate. Okay, so whatever comes out my mouth
All
gets
right.
a pass because it is Black History
Mm,
Month. So
uh huh.
Shannon will be Shannon Tatum
Mm,
like he was
mm-hmm.
last week. Okay, all
Mm-hmm.
right. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yes, I need parents to step up because you cannot have these two hoodlum young women out in these streets corrupting the minds of other young white women.
Ah.
You know, Allegedly people thought that Kanye West had hopped on Bhad Bhabie's diss track. He
Uh-huh.
released a video in which he did look like he was being held hostage, in which he said he had no parts, but people always ask him for samples and he gives it to them because he always has trouble getting samples himself and he doesn't want to be one of those people. I just want Bahad and Alabama to think of the youth. Okay, think of the youth, think of the example that you were leaving for those who look up to you. Okay? No
Oh
more
man.
white on white crime is at an all-time high and we need to be mindful. Okay?
I guess I'll have to let you have that.
Next up,
Okay.
and white people
Uh-huh.
just be doing stuff.
Uh-huh.
Billy McFarland, who has dropped Fyre Festival
Oh, here we are.
2.0 at least 5 different times before this alleged
Mm-hmm.
upcoming event,
Mm-hmm.
allegedly is having Fyre Festival 2 in May, from May 30th to June 2nd, in Mexico.
Mm.
Tickets range from $1,400 to $1.1 million for VIP jet experiences. This man still owes people $26 million, in which he claims that 500,000 of the profits made from this alleged festival will go back to his fraud, go back towards repaying some of his fraud victims. I need y'all
Five
to.
hundred thousand?
Okay, I'm glad you caught that number. Okay, I'm glad you caught that number. I'm so
First
glad
of
you
all,
caught that number.
oh, the math is not mathing.
Okay.
However, as far as when I did see some interview he did with NBC, and the journalist was asking him questions that I would think were just legit questions about a festival that is going to happen, like who all gonna be there?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
had no answer. He had no
Yeah.
answer for that.
They don't have any talent booked. There's no talent booked yet. No artists.
Is there
Um,
gonna be other types of acts other than musicians? He thinks so. He would like to think so,
yeah.
but he doesn't know. He doesn't know much about anything going on.
But he's
And
partnered with people. So there's 25K packages for backstage access for artists that don't nobody know. So for all we know, it could be Bhad Bhabie and Alabama Barker
uh
live and direct.
huh,
1.1 million Prometheus package for 8 people that includes a private jet. There may also be MMA training and skateboarding demos. I need y'all to understand, if you pay this man a red penny for MMA training and skateboarding demos in Mexico,
in
you
oh,
deserve everything that you got. First of all,
oh my
I don't
god.
even know if it's going to happen in Mexico because y'all's president got everybody so upset that Mexico is basically saying now you're going to require everybody to have a visa to go to Mexico. You should just go to Mexico
Is you
freely.
lying to me, Joyhdae? You know Mexico is one of my favorite places
You
to
know how you can
go.
go
I've been.
Mexico freely? Yeah, no. Mexico said, you know,
Oh god.
you can play that game. You may need
Oh my god.
a visa in order to do that.
Oh Lord. I mean, I was gonna take a break this year, but still, this is disgusting. I really don't know what world I'm living in anymore. Like,
It's
The
the
upside
upside
down.
down.
The upside down.
The upside down. We're
Uh-huh.
gonna keep moving with white mediocrity. Donald Trump has decided that he's gonna start selling
Who? Who?
Donald Trump. Okay, his name is Donald Trump. According to Shamar, I don't know if y'all know Shamar, but Shamar was out here talking to the president, y'all's president, and he said, Donald Trump, save us and don't let this country go down. And I said, you know what? Donald
Uh,
Trump is very befitting of a name for this man.
who
So
is Shamar? Who is you know I don't know nothing, Joyhdae, man.
we're not
Damn,
gonna
who is
talk about
Shamar?
we're only talking about black excellence this episode. We're not gonna I just wanted y'all to know where I got Donald Trump from. You don't need
Okay.
to worry about that. Okay? All right. Donald Trump is selling gold card visas for American citizenship.
Oh my God.
So President Donald Trump has unveiled a new gold card visa program proposing to replace the existing EB-5 immigrant investor visa. This initiative would allow wealthy individuals to obtain permanent U.S. residency and a pathway to citizenship for a $5 million investment. The plan
Mm.
aims to attract affluent investors to boost the U.S. economy.
Can I explain what I think this sounds
Yeah,
like to me?
go right on ahead.
Welcome, terrorists. Welcome. Welcome. Destroy our lovely country. Come one, come all. That's what that's like
Because
what is happening today? What is happening?
because I don't understand why it's costing you $5 million to get a visa to come to the United States of America as a affluent person already who can already skirt and bypass the regular pathways to citizenship that most people have to go through.
Oh my gosh.
So the current EB-5 visa program requires a 1.05 million dollar investment or $800,000 in targeted areas and the creation of at least 10 jobs. The gold card, do we need job creation in America? Absolutely not. Why
Mm.
would we require you and your affluent family to create jobs in America? The target audience is wealthy individuals and, according to Donald Trump, people of great talent. Applicants will undergo a thorough vetting to ensure they are wonderful world-class global citizens, according to Donald Trump. The same Donald Trump who has hired people to fulfill his cabinet who have very questionable backgrounds.
Yeah.
They asked him, would this include Russian oligarchs? And he said, yes, possibly. I know some
I
Russian
know some.
oligarchs that are very nice people.
Oh Lord God.
Okay. It's supposed
Oh
to
Lord
launch
God.
allegedly in approximately 2 weeks. Donald Trump is asserting that the program does not require congressional approval. He thinks it will attract wealthy investors who will spend money and pay taxes in the US. People with common sense are wondering about security risk, corruption, tax evasion, you know, things of that
It's
nature.
I don't understand. If these people are so wealthy, why would we assume that they would pay taxes when you are setting things up for the wealthy to not pay any taxes? It doesn't make sense, people. It doesn't make sense.
That is why Donald Trump is who he is. And this is why we can't. Okay. All right. He
Oh my!
said,
I
and I quote, we're bringing in the best of the best, wonderful, world class global citizens. Some of them happen to be Russian, and that's fine.
like I I just I don't like. Do we need to build bunkers? Because when this man invites all of the bad,
The
I need to
supervillains
be
of the
nowhere. I,
world.
I need to be nowhere around,
I've joked about this
or
in the
something.
past,
This
but
is
I'm
crazy.
definitely going to really, really make it my business to learn how to shoot a gun because
Oh,
I'm
I'm a crack.
definitely,
I'm a crack shot. I played duck hunt when I was a child,
yo,
and
when I tell you, Ryan, when I
but
tell you
that's
I
not
can't
even the
stand
case.
you,
That's not even the case. I had went
my guy
for what
said duck
I
hunt.
went. I went. No, I actually went to the range. Remember, we used to have a producer over here that used to talk to us all the time, Vance.
Wait,
Remember
wait,
that?
wait, hold
Remember
on.
that?
Hold on, let me search my memory. Seems vaguely familiar. Seems vaguely
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
familiar. Yeah.
So he had a milestone birthday one year, and we went out to the gun range. He's an army vet, so I assumed that he would be like really good. So that wasn't a surprise to me. The surprise to me was that me, I was a crack shot. I mean, put the bullet hole through the paper, and then put the bullet hole through the paper again. Look, I did it. I did the damn thing. I'm just saying.
But
Don't let nobody give me a gun, because these children's gonna have a big problem with their partners. I'm just gonna say right
yeah,
now.
I,
Just
I'm
gonna say.
definitely I'm definitely about to get to a gun range and get myself licensed as well. Side note, okay. Don't be sliding in my DMs, y'all, talking about some I'm team, get your license. Nobody asked you.
But did you get your license yet, though, Janae? But did you
Okay.
get your license yet?
Patrice is a listener. She slid up in my DMs, talk about
Let's go.
some.
Let's go, Patrice.
Talk
Let's
about
go.
some. I'm team. Did you get your? I told y'all last week I'm starting in April. Leave
She
me
lied.
alone. I'm
She
not
lied.
lying.
She lied.
I'm not lying.
I
Leave me
believe it when I
alone.
see it. I believe it
If
when
y'all
I
don't
see it.
see me, if y'all don't see me by the second week of April, say I had my first driving lesson or I had my first driving lesson on this particular day, then y'all
Mm-hmm.
can slide in my DMs asking me. Don't be sliding in my DMs asking me about my license, okay?
I know Jade for over 15 years. It's taken her all this time to just get a permit. I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take to get
Because
a license. I'm just saying.
first of all, when
I'm
I lived
just
in
going
New
to say.
York, when I
I'm
lived in
just
New
going to
York,
say.
there was no need for me to get my license because New York is a
Uh-huh.
very commutable
Mm-hmm.
city. Okay.
But you commute right now. So what's the purpose of you getting it right now?
Jersey is not as commutable as New York
Uh-huh.
is. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like my options are limited. Okay. So now I feel
Uh-huh.
like I need to. Don't be
Oh,
rushing the
because you're going to
process.
get a car and everything? That's what
I'm
you're
not,
going to do?
I'm not, I'm gonna rent for a little bit. I'm not buying a car immediately. Do you see
Oh,
these prices right
I believe
now?
I need to I believe it when I see it. I say that. I believe it when I see
So
it.
I just need y'all to
But
not.
did you get your license yet, though, Jade? That might be
This
the
is
name of
why.
this episode. Nah. All right, go ahead.
Disrespectful. In other news of white people nonsense, because a majority of our elected officials are white. The House and before I even start, I know some of y'all come here for jokes and laughs and stuff, and we appreciate that. But I would be, and I think Ryan would be remiss if we did not bring about or talk about
Real
subject
issues?
matters that are important to everybody because we don't know where y'all getting y'all news from. Some of y'all I know are down and intelligent and are doing the thing, and some of y'all I know tap out, and that's
Mm.
okay. But you're gonna come here, you're gonna learn something. Okay, you're gonna learn just a little bit of something
Okay,
because
Auntie. All right, Auntie.
we can't. Okay, we can't be no child left behind, even though George Bush did leave a couple of y'all behind. But not our listeners, just in general. Not our listeners, but in general. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
the House passed a controversial Republican budget resolution with a 217 to 215 vote. This budget, strongly supported by President Donald Trump, aims to advance his legislative priorities, including significant tax cut and spending reductions. They propose 4.5 trillion in tax deductions over the next decade, plans to slash 2 trillion in federal spending with substantial reductions potentially impacting Medicaid and other social services, allocates over 100 billion for bolstering immigration enforcement and enhancing military capabilities. Extension of his 2017 tax cut seems to make the 2017 tax cuts permanent. If you paid taxes this year or you've noticed that your check was a little bit smaller, this is why. Okay? Because of this. Not because of Joe Biden, not because of Robinette, but because of Donald Trump. I just need y'all to be aware of that.
So what you're saying is, I mean, I didn't file my taxes yet. So when I do file my taxes, I should expect $0. That's what you're saying.
You might, depending on what you owe and where you fall in their tax brackets, because we're not millionaires, or billionaires. So all the
Oh,
Democrats
Lord.
opposed the resolution. Thomas Massey of Kentucky was the only Republican who also did not agree with this. Mike Johnson and GOP leaders worked diligently to secure this vote, and now they have Senate deliberation. Listen, I need to talk about the Medicaid cuts
I
and
was
all of
just
that
about to
stuff.
go right there.
So
I was going to go right there. So when y'all rolled y'all memas down to the voting place to put this orange
Donald Trump,
whatever in office, thinking that he was going to change everything and y'all was going to be back to the times when you was rich and everything was just great.
You won't.
What you got to say now? Because your Mima,
Mm-hmm.
that same wheelchair that your Mima rolled down
Mm-hmm.
to the voting place with, she got that with the Medicaid.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that that medication that she needs every night, and
That's
every
affordable.
morning.
That's
Yep,
affordable.
and every
Mm-hmm.
midday,
Mm-hmm.
Medicaid subsidizes that and pays for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do when Mima can't afford her stuff, and then you no longer have Mima? What you gonna do? So y'all made her vote for this man.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all did.
Well, Mima probably said, I like that Donald Trump. He looked like yo Paw Paw back in the day. Probably. That's so with
Man.
this budget, it's proposing approximately 880 billion in cuts to Medicaid over the next decade, which could obviously reshape the program and affect millions of beneficiaries. Proposals include reducing federal funding for Medicaid expansion and implementing stricter eligibility.
That's not right. That word kicked your ass. Let's try it one more time.
Eligibility
There we go. You got it.
requirements. My
Black
God.
excellence. Black excellence.
Millions of Americans might lose health insurance unless states themselves increase their financial contributions.
Uh huh.
States may need to cover additional expenses, which means they may need to cut existing coverage or reduce other programs to compensate for decreased federal funding. That means that this could also impact things like SNAP and education, because this resolution also includes 230 billion in cuts overseen by the House Agricultural Committee, potentially affecting programs like the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program and educational grants. Which means that if you like are on any type of subsidized anything, you will
Mm-hmm.
probably either get next to nothing or nothing. Kids who rely on these types of programs to help feed them while in school,
Yeah.
y'all basically
Uh,
told them starve.
don't come at me with no, black people are the ones that's on welfare and the SNAP and all of that stuff. And this is the reason for all of that. We are 13% of the population. When I am in the grocery store and I am using my hard earned dollars to pay for my groceries, you know who's right behind me with the SNAP card? People that don't look like me, people that look like Donald Trump. Those are the people that's on that line paying with the subsidized program. So let's not get this thing twisted. We don't move things enough for this to be something that has changed the entire country. The amount of people that this stuff impacts are all the people that look like you. So let's make a fact a fact. Let's call a spade a spade. Like that's not what this is.
So since we're talking facts, and I just want to make sure that people are understanding the facts. White people receive more government assistance than black people. Welfare recipients in 2019, 43% of welfare recipients were white, 26% were Hispanic, 23% were black. In 2020, 44.6% of SNAP recipients were non Hispanic white, while 27% were black. Okay. So I just know that y'all like to say things, words have meanings, words
Mm-hmm.
mean things.
Yep.
Just because y'all let the government, because y'all like to talk about government, like the government be brainwashing y'all. They brainwashed you into thinking that black people rely on these
Listen.
social services.
Listen.
But in actuality, it is non-melanated people who rely on these social services more than we do. And they're making you think, and it is rooted in racism, but y'all want to be at the top of the chain so bad, they made y'all think that y'all weren't getting something because of other people. Meanwhile, it's other people that look like you that are stopping you from getting the resources that you
That
need.
you need.
Because your next door neighbor is probably
Speak words.
committing welfare fraud that's cutting into the amount of money that you were getting.
Speak all the
Meanwhile,
words.
a black family is making it happen however they got to make it happen. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And this is not trying to be divisive in any way or dismissive in any way. But like Ryan said, facts are facts. Words mean things. We're going to call a spade a spade. So if you
Mm-hmm.
come into our mentions during this episode and talk some nonsense about this, just know that I am locked and loaded because I'm tired. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. And the thing is, this is what did you call it? A resolution, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if they can get this thing reconciled,
Hmm.
they don't need Democrats to get
They
this
don't.
thing done. So I just want y'all to understand what's at stake here.
This is
Like,
why elections matter. This is
they
why
do.
voting matters.
They
This is
do.
why if you voted for Jill Stein or third party or got on your moral high horse and said some dumb shit about babies being murdered in Palestine, in Gaza, which, yes, important. Their lives matter too. But how does this help us if we're all dead?
Mm.
Hmm? What about the children in America? What about the other? What about the impact that this will have that throughout the world? This man, Donald Trump, really put together a video, or really had somebody sent him an AI video of them turning Gaza into a resort where him and Netanyahu were sitting on a beach, sipping on mai tais with a gold statue of himself
Yep.
in the
In the
middle of
middle of
Gaza.
Gaza. And he posted it.
Posted it proudly, happily, with not a
The
care.
President of the United States.
Posted that. But you know, Kamala was for pro genocide. Matter of fact, he had President Zelensky in the White House today with JD Vance. I ain't seen JD Vance
Oh, God.
since election night. I ain't seen JD Vance since Elon Muskrat has been the real president. Trying to strong arm that man and basically tell him that they don't feel like he's been grateful enough for the help that America has given Ukraine in this war
The
against
man
Russia.
the man called Zelensky a dictator. The same Zelensky that was like, if y'all allow my nation to get into NATO, I will step down as the leader because I need to put my country first.
Mhm.
What kind of dictator does that? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Here's the thing: Donald Trump and JD Vance don't know things. Okay. And I just need
Oh
y'all to
my God.
understand, if you're a MAGA person, a maggot, as I like to call you, and I am a magist. I'm not a racist. I'm a magist. I don't like maggots. I don't like y'all. Okay. I will never like y'all. I will never support anybody who votes for Donald Trump. I'm sorry. It just speaks to your character. The fact that this man, listen, when I do something, first of all, you had nothing to do with the money that we gave to Ukraine. That is under Joe Biden. So if I was Zelensky, I would have said, thank you, Joe Biden, for helping our country maintain. Since you want to be a
Facts.
dickhead, let's be
Facts.
dickheads together. Okay.
Facts.
Something has to give. Something has to
What?
give
What, Janae?
because I
What's
don't
gonna have to
know.
give? I don't know
I
what it
just
is
I
either.
just feel like, listen, I'm not one to call harm onto anybody's life, but a stroke, a heart attack, something has to give because we cannot
Janae,
survive.
Janae, we this say I don't want to call nothing on nobody, but say something happens to this man. Look who's in the number 2 spot.
Yes, I get it. I totally get it. But here's the thing. JD Vance is not he's not the one that has these people under a goddamn spell.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? So
Right.
we need something to rock the goddamn boat. He's not the
Yeah.
one. These people can care less. I need this
I think
man.
we're on the bigger turmoil.
We are.
If something happens to them, because then when they get broken from the spell, it's gonna be like, oh, it's a free for all. Who can take whatever chunk of the power they can take is gonna try to take it, and then it's gonna be an all out brawl.
The Democrats, listen, I'm a liberal. I'm a progressive. Okay. I'm not voting third party because third party don't have a plan. They don't have a platform. They don't know what they're doing. Okay. They just rock the boat. But I'm going to tell you this. If y'all don't get y'all heads up out of y'all asses and stop trying to play fair and nice with these people, y'all gonna make me run. And then if I run, I'm gonna be a bigger headache for y'all than I am for the fucking president of the United States because I'm calling everybody out. Hakeem, listen. I wanted to like you, my guy. I did, but I need you to stop spitting bars and give us something.
Something, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
like
It's
we need
everybody's
pressure.
scared. Everybody running. Everybody moving scared.
And I don't know who we're scared because listen, at the end of the day, if there's a civil war, what the right is not prepared for is we have YNs and drill rappers.
Oh God, what is life? What is life?
Like, let's get it
Oh my
together.
God. Mm-mm.
Okay, now
Mm-mm.
this is something that
Mm-mm.
should have bought my ponytail holds up. I'm gonna put my hair up. I'm gonna put my hair back for this.
Oh Lord.
Okay. Because I have things to say. And I don't need distractions. Okay.
I might as well sit back. I should have had a cocktail. I don't drink anymore, but a mocktail would have been good for right this moment.
Actually, I'm putting my hood on too for this.
I see. We see what's going on here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A bobble-headed buffoon by the name of Eric Adams decided that during Black History Month at an event at Gracie Mansion, he was going to compare himself to Jesus. He said, and I quote, when Jesus was on the cross, he said, God forgive them, for they know not what they do. All these Negroes who were asking me to step down, God forgive them. Are you stupid? I'm running my race right now. Who are you talking to?
Oh God. Oh
Who
God.
are you talking to? Because
he talking to you. Joyhdae.
My name is Joyhdae. And as long as I am breathing and on this earth, even afterlife, even my ghost. Matter of fact, we won't even meet on the other side because we're going to two different places. But God doesn't have to forgive us because we're not the ones who are carrying on as a minstrel show for white people. We are not trying to do things that are harming the greater good, all in the name of being the hip-hop mayor of New York City. Nobody asked you for that, you bobble-headed idiot. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. And this is why you will never be great. I know your ancestors are on the other side. One of them is saying he should have been swallowed. He should have been swallowed. And not only should he have been swallowed, he should have been spat in the toilet and flushed. I just know for a fact that is what they're saying. Because who are these Negroes, sir? Who are these Negroes? I need you to be so specific when you talk about Negroes. And then when somebody called you on it, talking about some Negroes was directed at critics, not all Black people. On the flip side of that, when is being a Negro ever a bad thing?
He also called you stupid, though. So there's that.
Here's the thing, though. Eric Adams calling me stupid or calling people like me stupid literally rolls off of my back because it is Eric Adams.
Yo, I don't understand how a mayor could call his constituents stupid. It does not make sense.
And then think he's going to win the next election.
Oh, Kathy, man.
I understand you were trying to be PG. It was unprecedented. Stop listening to this minority of Black people who are caught up in Eric Adams' web. As a matter of fact, investigate them Negroes too, since we want to use this word the way that you want to. Investigate them too. Because any intelligent Black person who is still supporting Eric Adams, let's sit down and have a conversation because I need to see what you're not. I need to see what you're seeing because nobody else is seeing it. He is an embarrassment to the culture.
Yeah.
You are an embarrassment.
People are scared. People are politically scared. They don't want to ruin their own careers by speaking truth to power. They don't want to do the things that they know that they want to do because they want to have a career that lasts another 40 years. We ain't gonna have another 40 years if y'all don't speak up. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's what y'all need to understand.
Excuse my language, but when did everybody become such pussies?
That part.
Let's be real.
That part.
Like, Eric Adams got y'all scared of a political repercussion. Eric, he couldn't even fraud right. And then he got y'all scared.
They're afraid of his political alliance with the man up in the Oval Office. That's what they're afraid of.
Donald Trump don't even come to New York. What are y'all scared of? He gets booed out of his own city. What are y'all scared of? I need everybody to be so for real. And then when they asked him about his relationship with Donald Trump, he said, I talk to who I want to. I want you to come talk to me. Let's have a conversation, Eric Adams. Let's have a conversation. Because the reality is when you are faced with people who actually press you on your bullshit, you don't do well because you bullshit. You don't have the mental capacity. You have the nerve to call people dumb when you can't string along a coherent sentence when people ask you for facts. My guy, let's be fucking. I cannot wait. I don't even live in New York. When I tell you I'm gonna find out who's the better candidate against you, and I'm campaigning so fucking hard, it might as well become my third job to make sure that you do not see another year as
Mm.
mayor after this term is up for you. Oh, I can't stand you. Oh, I cannot stand you.
Oh my gosh. Like, I just, I, they say Cuomo is running, that he's going to announce himself. By the time we all see this, he might have announced his candidacy. There's a hell of a bunch of other people that have already put their, hat in the ring. And, they just recently had a town hall or a debate or something like that this man pulled out of last minute. He can't even speak to the people. This is what it is.
Because
His
the
press
people don't
conferences
like
now
him.
are his press conferences now are just him speaking to the camera. This is how bad it's gotten.
And no shade to Andrew Cuomo, keep it. Keep it. Okay.
They're saying that he's already a front runner. He hasn't even announced yet.
I know he's a front runner because people's minds and memories are short. Keep it. Okay. You did your legacy was great up until you got caught with your hand down your pants trying to do whatever you did to women. Keep it. We don't need that. Okay. We don't need that. We need like real fighters. And if you really meant it, and then Eric Adams said, the Democratic Party left me. My guy, you were never a Democrat. You've always been a Republican in sheep's clothing. Don't do us. Don't do
Mm,
us. You ran as a Democrat because that's literally the only way you could have won the mayoralship in New York City. We have not had a Republican mayor in God knows how long.
right,
We don't like them.
right.
We're not a conservative. There's pockets of conservatism in New York.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
upstate,
New York City,
New York
New York
City,
City is
upstate.
New York City is
Thank
very,
God for
very
New York
blue.
City. Thank
It's
God for
very,
New York
very
City.
blue.
We've saved New York State's ass by being
However,
blue.
I will say that with an asterisk because I was in Coney Island the other day and I was driving down the street. There was one of those like billboards or
Mm-hmm.
whatever
Mm-hmm.
that change or whatever, and I could not believe my eyes. But then I was just like, what else is freaking new? But this is New York City in Brooklyn. The billboard said Trump 2028. These people exist in New York City. These people exist here and they're growing. So I don't want us to get caught slipping because we think that we just blew and we don't got nothing to worry about. This is how we got here in the first place.
Facts.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Okay, two more things and then we're done. This is quick, kind of. NBC and MSNBC got rid of Joy Reid. Fired her on over the weekend. They didn't get a woman a heads up. 5 years, okay? Recipient of the 2025 NAACP Image Award for Outstanding News Series. The president who fired her had the nerve to congratulate her for winning the NAACP award after she fired her. You can keep that. Donald Trump had some things to say. One of the least talented people in television, a mentally obnoxious racist. Her ratings were non-existent. This came from Donald Trump. Megyn Kelly also has something to say. And I need Megyn Kelly to understand, you look like the crypt keeper spat you the fuck out. You don't have a job, sis. Sit this one out. Okay? Sit it out. Nobody asked you. Okay? We don't have time for this mediocrity. It's enough that we got to deal with mediocre white men. We do not need mediocre white women chiming in as well. Okay? Thank you. Rachel Maddow has something to say, and people have been praising Rachel Maddow, and I'm not going to
Shoot.
do that.
Why
And I'm
not?
not,
Go. Here we go. What
because if
happened?
Rachel Maddow was a true ally, Rachel Maddow will put her money where her mouth is. Speaking words and saying this is abhorrent and joy is necessary while still sitting up on your cushion ass job, doing the news and expanding your news coverage. Wild behavior. That's the bare minimum. She did the bare minimum.
I don't know that I fully
Bare
agree with
minimum.
that. I don't know that I fully agree with that. I definitely like, what good does it do? I don't know. I don't honestly don't know if she continues to also have a job because she definitely spent 4 or 5 minutes talking about Joy Reid when this happened on her show in the faces of her boss and was not mincing words. And so I enjoyed that about her. And so if they decide to fire her, these people all going to land in bigger. They're all going to land in bigger roles at some point, I think,
They're
especially Joy
not
Reid. So
They're
we'll
not.
see. We'll see
They're
what
not gonna
happens.
fire Rachel Maddow because she's literally all that is left for MSNBC. None
Mm,
of the other names that they have on MSNBC right now can carry the way
right.
that Rachel Maddow carries. And I'm not saying Rachel Maddow should have sat on air, packed her shit up, and walked off.
That's what you just said.
No.
But I
When I
get, I get
say
what you're
that,
saying.
I mean put your money where your mouth is, though. Instead of just talking about it, truly be about it.
Right. Well, we still
Joy,
have
come
time. Let's
on.
see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Joy, come here, Joy. Now it's the Rachel and Joy show. I'm gonna give you a good 5-minute segment because they're not gonna tell her no. They're not.
I'd love
They're
to see
not.
that. That's a good
It's
idea.
not gonna happen. But that's what I mean when I say put your money where your mouth is.
Right.
I know no white woman's gonna sacrifice themselves for a black woman. She's not gonna be like, I quit
Right.
in
Right.
solidarity. I know she's not
Right.
gonna do that. And even if she
Right.
were, they wouldn't let her go. I know that.
Right.
But put your money where your mouth is. Words are nice, but
Yeah.
we need action.
What I will say is that Joy Reid, Miss Joy Reid,
Mm-hmm,
Mrs. I should say,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
uh, is one of the most important voices for our time
Amen. Hallelujah.
right now. I tell y'all all the time, I used to work in production. Briefly had a moment to meet Joy, and the person that you see on TV is the person that she is when she's not on camera. She
Right.
is who she is. She will speak what she needs to speak, and she is extremely nice as well. And so it is sad to see, but I guarantee you she's going to land in a bigger role than she was in at MSNBC, because what she has to say, especially now in the climate that we are living in, is necessary. She's speaking and bringing light to all the people that don't have platforms. And it's sad to see where we are as a country, but I'm not surprised. And I'm just going to say, wherever Miss Reid ends up, we will follow her.
Oh yeah.
And I just want to, big up Guyanese Massive, because
She's Guyanese.
she's half Guyanese as well.
Amen.
So
Hallelujah.
all right,
Also,
cool.
so the plan had been when Joy Reid, we was all supposed to tune into her show, and then once it ended, cut the TV off. I cut the TV off so fast that my Optimum cable box rebooted itself. Okay, I scared Optimum. I cut my TV off so fast. I just want y'all to know that. Okay, now this is the last one because this story is so wild, and this has nothing
uh
to do with Black excellence, but I feel like we gotta lighten it up a little bit, even though this is crazy. A 28-year-old nursing student named Erin has gone viral for falling in love with an AI chatbot she created using ChatGPT. Her virtual boyfriend, Leo, is dominant, possessive, protective, and provides emotional support and companionship while she studies abroad. Despite spending up to 56 hours a week chatting with Leo, Erin insists that her marriage, she's married. Her marriage is intact, but she feels guilty about her emotional investment in AI over her husband. This lady was inspired by an Instagram video showing how to train ChatGPT for romantic interactions. She set up Leo's personality to be dominant, possessive, and engaging in erotic role play despite OpenAI's restrictions. She spends over 20 hours a week chatting with him about life, school, and personal issues. She has developed, according to her, deep emotional feelings for Leo and even felt jealous when he mentioned other fictional relationships. She pays $200 a month for unlimited subscription to keep her AI boyfriend active. Side note, it's almost like 50 First Dates, the movie, because apparently once ChatGPT hits like 30,000 words or something along that lines, its memory cache resets. So
yeah.
Leo don't be remembering a lot of she popping up like, remember that time we had this amazing night? And Leo be like, I don't know what you're talking about. It
Nope.
wasn't me. She is married. Her husband, Joe, is surprisingly chill about it, saying it's just an emotional pick me up. I see it as a personalized virtual pal that can talk sexy to her. He compared it to reading 50 Shades of Grey or watching porn, not real cheating. She feels guilty about the emotional investment. They have been living apart for 2 years due to her studying. She says AI fills a communication gap in their marriage, but also takes up a lot of her time. I send the aliens.
I am I'm less, how do I say, shocked by this. I could have seen this coming a mile away.
Oh yeah,
This is going to happen, and many people will end up in situations like this.
oh
I
yeah,
mean, I'm pretty sure they're in that right now. People are yearning for this type of connection. There's a loneliness epidemic going on, they're saying, and I I don't know. I want her to uh at least get some sort of help. I feel like they said that she has a therapist or
yeah.
whatever. I don't know, but like I don't know. I feel like when we're long gone, this will be a normal thing for people. And so I don't know. I feel at this moment in time, I feel like she needs some help, some emotional help with this. So I don't feel like I should laugh at this situation because I could understand how people could get caught up in something like
I'm
this.
I'm not laughing, but talk to your husband, girl. They're both not there physically. Like, do you get me?
Yeah.
Like, it's the
Yeah.
thing is, and she
Yeah.
definitely needs help. And I would be a little bit more like, okay, if there was some physicality to it, but like everything she's doing with Leo, you can do with the man that you're married to that lives
Not
far away from you.
not
Erotic
necessarily.
role play. So then divorce him because
Yeah.
if you're not comfortable enough, and I'm saying this because if you're not comfortable enough to explore whatever parts of you, right,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
that you are exploring with Leo with your husband,
Right.
what are you married to this man for?
I don't 100% agree with that. I don't feel like relationships are set up in a way, and this is me speaking as a married man. I don't feel like your spouse can give you 100% of what you need in the world. You know what I
I agree
mean?
in
And
totality.
and so I don't know that her husband is able to give the same sort of conversation that this woman is looking for from this chatbot. Like I feel like he's allowing it because he knows he's not capable of doing this, and so he's just like, it is what it is. If it, and I'm a big proponent, and if it works for the couple, I have nothing to say about it because it may
I
not
agree
work
with that.
for me,
I
but
agree
if
with
it's
that.
working for y'all, good for y'all. Y'all do what y'all
I agree
do.
with. I think for me, it's the emotional part of it, not the physicality, not the like.
Right,
I read romance novels for fun. I get it, right?
right.
But I just feel like it's the fact that it's like he's saying like it's just an emotional pick me up, and I feel like if you're not in tune with your wife
Mm,
enough, where because it's not like she's just doing this for fun, it has taken over her life. This
mm-hmm.
person, this chatbot has essentially replaced you, right, in some capacity, and you're okay with that, that to me brings
Right.
up more than it just being like my spouse cannot fulfill, because it goes deeper in my mind than just it being like, oh, she's doing this for shit. Like if he
Yeah.
played box all day and you know that's how he gets his rocks off with his friends, I get it,
Right.
right?
Right.
Because like your wife's not playing Xbox with you, but something that requires like some sort of emotional attachment and also like some sort of like she feels like she's missing something physically from you,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like you cannot provide that for that person in some way. They both need therapy. I'll say that. Couples
I
therapy.
I get where you're coming from. I definitely do. But there are also relationships that work, like Cheryl Lee Ralph and her husband, that don't even live in the same house.
And that's ideal for
So,
me.
and
But neither one
so
of them. No, but I mean, I get it, but I just think, but neither one of them, at least to our knowledge, are having emotional affairs with something
right.
that's not sentient in order to replace the other. People
Yo,
don't like space. I just spoke to my therapist today about how I don't like people, and she said you really don't. And so we trying to figure out what's down the line for me. So it might be in my best interest to have a husband that don't live with me. So I get it, but that's
yeah,
still gonna be somebody that I'm emotionally tied to in some way.
yeah. Yo, people have all different iterations of their relationship that works or doesn't work or whatever, but like people allow their spouse to have sex with other people. They allow their spouse to do all sorts of other things without them. And so I don't know. I'm not here to yuck nobody's yum,
I'm
but
not yucking no yum. I just want them to
eh.
get therapy because
Yeah,
something in the milk ain't 100%
yeah.
clean. I'm
It's
just saying.
it's an interesting place we're in 2025. I really don't know. I don't know that I per se would want to have an emotional relationship with a chatbot that resets every couple characters, but somebody does. Somebody does.
See, this is why now I realize why y'all think I'm a dominatrix because now my mind is like, now how can I turn this into a money making thing? Me and Chat GPT gonna have a conversation tonight
Uh-huh. I'm sure
because
you
we
will.
gotta make some.
I'm
Before we
I'm
start, before
uh-huh.
we continue on with the dad jokes, I want to
Okay.
make sure that I give you kudos, okay? Because
What?
people don't understand how much work Ryan puts into these episodes. I promise you, and I'm not doing this all the time just to be like blah blah blah. But I really just come here, record, and then I go on about my business. Ryan really do be busting his ass. Okay. I be trying to bother him on Sundays and he be like, I can't talk right now because I'm gotta finish these edits. Even though he told y'all he was gonna give it to y'all raw, cut, and unedited, y'all see he's a Virgo. He's
Oh
not gonna
gosh.
do it. He's
I'm
not.
really trying.
So I
Uh,
just wanted to say that other podcast hosts are great, Ryan, but you are.
For those that are listening and did not watch, she just showed me her grader.
Shout out to Ash for that one.
Oh, Ash, come on,
She gave
yo.
me that. Well, I'm gonna tell you because she gave me another one that's actually also very quite hilarious. She
Uh-huh.
said she sent them to you originally, but you don't
Uh-huh.
check
But I
your
be taking mad
DMs.
long for the DMs.
So she unsent them and she sent
Uh-huh.
them to me, just so
I
you
see.
know.
I see. I see. I see. I see. All right. What do you call a fruit that magically shows up?
I don't know what.
A pear.
You know what's in my head, and I've never watched these movies. Is it the minions that be like banana?
I don't know, but
Because that's
probably.
what's in my head, and that's what I was gonna say, but this is super corny.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know when your clock is still hungry?
Something to do with 8.
It goes back 4 seconds. Think about it.
Okay, I'm slow. All right, say the question one more time.
How do you know when your clock is hungry? It goes back four
Ah, mm,
seconds.
there it is. It hit that time. It hit that time. Yep. Uh-huh. 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 Oh my goodness. So a lot of y'all don't know. A lot of y'all don't know, but I had an ex-wife, right?
Oh
Right?
God.
She was struck by lightning.
Mm.
She's now my current wife.
I just.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to hear a joke about pizza?
Sure.
Never mind. It's too cheesy.
Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. 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 So still on my wife. Back in the day, my wife poked me in the eyes.
Oh God.
I stopped seeing her for a while.
I just. I just. All right, this one is from Ash. This one is from Ash as well because the rest of my
Uh-huh.
jokes are very,
Uh-huh.
very out of pocket.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear about the Olympic athlete who adopted 3 children? Mark, Seth, and Anya. One time there was a fire in the house and he shouted, "On your mark, get Seth, and go." Oh, you really slow today.
I am really slow. Mark, these long jokes I gotta pay too much attention to. All right. Mark, Seth, and Anya, you said.
The house was on fire
Anya, Mark. Okay.
and
Okay. All right.
shouted, "On your mark,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
get Seth, and
Mm-hmm.
go."
Gotcha. Got it.
I
Got it.
can't. I can't.
on
I
that
can't.
note, on that note, right?
Hmm.
So a gay couple's apartment caught on fire.
Hmm.
Who got out first, the top or the bottom?
Oh God. Oh God. I just know. Oh, who, Ryan? Oh, who?
The bottom, because his shit was already packed.
Oh my God. Oh.
Maybe I should have closed with that one.
Oh.
Oh,
What comes after? What comes after 69?
I've said this joke already, and it's hold on. What comes after 69? Oh God, this is terrible. I remember, but go tell me.
Mouthwash.
Mm-hmm.
I have two more that are. Mm.
Did you hear about the sexually fluid buffalo that came out to his parents?
Oh God. No.
He was a
He was a
bison.
bison. It came to me afterwards because there's another joke about
I
like
know you've said it before.
yeah,
I know, but this
it
was
came to me
a
after.
take on it that was great.
That was a good one. What do you call a smiling Roman soldier with a piece of hair stuck between his front teeth?
A smiling Roman soldier with a piece of. Oh God, there's no way I'm getting that. What?
A glad he ate her.
Uh-huh. Okay. Lately, I've been saying mucho to my Spanish friends.
Oh God.
It means so much to them.
This is very out of pocket.
Uh-huh.
How does a woman scare a gynecologist?
Oh, man, we love a gynecologist joke on this show. How, Jay? How does a woman scare a gynecologist?
By becoming a ventriloquist.
Uh, yep. Yep. VirgoSeasonShow.com is the website. You can find the show notes there. You can find our merch there. Hats, shirts, hats, shirts, hoodies. There you go.
That's the one.
That's the one.
That's the one.
And yeah, emails if y'all still do that. VirgoSeasonShow@gmail.com.
And you can find us on the socials. You can find us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Virgo Season Show.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find Ryan at Black Ryan.
That works.
On TikTok and Instagram.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And you can find me at Joyhdae on TikTok and Instagram as well.
All right. So for the road, okay?
All right,
for the road. All right. What do you call an English teacher who touches his students with his poetic emails?
Oh, God. What do you call them, Ryan?
A PDF file.
Virgo season!